What's going on, guys? Another day of cooking over here, and today's a pretty easy day. I'm going to be making some Swedish meatballs, a bit of vegetable soup, and some grapefruit granita. Going to start my day off by juicing a bunch of grapefruits, tasting the juice, and seeing how sweet it is. You can add as much or as little sugar as you want to, just depends on how sweet or tart you want it. Then I'm going to go into making some Swedish meatballs. Start off with the panade. It's going to be some onions, a bit of garlic, tons of nutmeg, cooked down in a little bit of butter and some neutral oil. I got my panko breadcrumbs here that I soak with a little bit of heavy cream, some Dijon, get my caramelized onion and garlic mixture in there. Gonna put in some eggs and some fresh chives. And I like to make my Swedish meatballs with a mix of veal and pork. If you've never had homemade Swedish meatballs and you've only ever had the IKEA version, it's something I absolutely recommend making. I think it's a deeply underrated dish. Whenever you're making meatballs or sausage, you want to take a little piece, fry it off, taste it, make sure your seasoning is good. There, it was perfect. Then I'm going to make some pickles. I've been using the same pickling recipe for about 10 years that I got at a restaurant in Los Angeles here called Animal that I used to work at. The base is 300 grams of white distilled vinegar with 250 grams of water and 50 grams of sugar, plus 15 grams of salt, and then you can season however you want. This here is just an easy vegetable soup that I like to make with a bunch of caramelized veggies. Kind of a good way for me to clean out the fridge from any extra veg that I haven't used. Cooked down with a little white wine, tomato paste, and good chicken stock. Then I got to get into making the gravy for the Swedish meatballs. It's kind of the star of the show in all honesty. I start off by browning a bit of my meatball mix, cook it down with some shallots and garlic, deglaze with white wine and a little bit of port, some good quality beef stock, strain that through a fine strainer, reduce it a little more, and then add just a touch of heavy cream. I did season it with a little sherry vinegar as well. The rest of my day pretty much consisted of forming off the meatballs, checking on my granita periodically, transferring all the food over to my client's house so I can cook dinner for them there. Here's the end result on the granita. Beautiful, tart, refreshing. Here's some plate up shots from today's dinner. I always make sure to have tons of leftovers. My clients like me to cook for at least 6 people to make sure that there's food for all the employees that also work in the house as well. All in all, a pretty easy day. And if you made it this far, here's a little treat. This is my pup. His name is Aoli. He's the best guy in the world. You're welcome.